So an hour and 30, we've managed to move the sun visor. Here we go. Imagine if we don't crash now.
If you put it in the middle, click Alt and Enter, and that'll full screen it.
No, we're nearly there. Right, mate, let's see. So your controls is set up.
Yep.
Do we want to test that?
Yeah, yep, that's working. I'll do nav and logo light.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Sound.
You moving rudders?
I was, yeah.
Yeah, good.
I'm just checking that I could see the pedal, so I was just checking that my stick's working because it disconnects every so often.
Dude, mind you, my Phoenix app's gone now. PCs. If this was a Mac, this would work, no problem.
Oof. Ooh.
Right. Disconnect your controls. Now give me a code.
Yeah. Start server.
What time is it now? An hour late. Not even started.
Yeah, at this point I feel like I should say hello everybody, welcome to Chaz Draycott Media, welcome to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today is a very exciting video, despite the fact we've sat here for an hour and gone nowhere. I'm flying with Drew today and we're doing a shared cockpit experience in the easyJet Airbus A320, the Phoenix A320, as Golf Echo Zulu, Uniform Zulu, and we are going to be Easy 1 Charlie Delta flying from Munich to Gatwick today. Drew's been on the channel before, many a laugh has been had with him. What on God's earth is your contrail doing, Drew?
I went for an open descent because I was having a drink and I missed the descent point. You know, it's a good house measure when the first sip makes you wince a little bit.
Give us a squawk code, Drew.
You can have 3411. You probably need 7700, Dan.
And he's now back to join me in the cockpit. Hello, Drew. How are you?
Morning, I'm okay. Drew's IT tech support is available anytime you need it, because it's taken me 1 hour and 3 minutes, and I'm nowhere near getting this aircraft going. But yeah, right, let's try that again, mate. Now
We're having fun with using your controls and obviously syncing up the Phoenix, having it cold and dark, making sure the nav data's correct, everything. So many moving parts to getting this working. So are you in? Are you connected? Yes, you are connected.
I'm in, I'm connected, it is cold, the ground power is available, and I reckon we just go from here and try and...
Yeah. What Drew's going to be doing today is obviously talking us through the comparison between the real world operations and how it works with two pilots in the cockpit, and obviously how the sim compares, or you know what you might do in the sim differently to real world, extra bits that you might not, and so on. We're just going to have a lot of fun with it. We'll always have a laugh. And yeah, I'm going to be pilot flying, Drew's going to be pilot monitoring. I believe he is, even though you can't see him on my screen, he is there where he belongs. And yeah, we should have a laugh today. So what are we going to crack on with first then, darling?
So you as pilot flying, me as pilot monitoring. Just to kind of reiterate, pilot flying, you're in charge of driving on the ground.
Yep.
Trajectory, if you like, so controlling the aircraft. So you're in charge of FCU, handling the aircraft, and any McDo inputs that you need.
Yep.
You can also offload that at busy, high workload times.
Yep.
And my responsibility is panels, checklists, and gear and flat bitch for the day. You know, we've got these flows that we're going to go into, but you've got to try and avoid the temptation of doing all the clicking,
of doing everything.
Yeah, which for you might feel like you're not doing anything, but obviously it's that's the way forward. And obviously we try and get the balance right between real world and sim. I'm not going to make it totally how we do it day in day out, because that's just going to be really boring. So there's got to be a nice balance between it. But I think that's the way to do it. So there's assigned roles, so you can fire it up, mate. We'll do it slightly different to how it is on my operation. But I think if you get us powered up, and then we'll both do performance on our EFBs, and then we kind of come together to check that we've both got the same numbers, and then we'll kind of put it in how we think is best for a sim world.
We've had the batteries on, external power, so everything's come to life. We can hear the packs and so on. Crew supply on, nav, ADIAs to nav. We'll do our fire test in a minute. We'll put the nav and logo light on because why the hell not? Seatbelt signs, no smoking, and arm emergency exitas. Does strobe go on to auto quite early? Am I thinking right in that? Is it because it all?
Yeah, it would go on auto there now.
Yeah.
It'd go on auto. Nav logo light, you've selected number 2, which is fine. It's just there's 2 systems to it. There's 2 bulbs basically.
Right.
In each part, so it doesn't matter which one you use. Seatbelt signs would stay off until fueling's finished.
Okay, yeah.
But no smoking would go to auto.
Okay. Doing engine number 1. Yep. Engine number 2. And the APU. Banging. I do like, and I've mentioned this in a few of my videos, that the Phoenix has that delay in from when it lights up to when it actually beeps. Because the fly-by-wire one just beeps instantly, and that's not how it does it in the real thing, is it? There is a delay of like a second and a half or 2.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is interesting.
I don't have any power at all on them.
Wait, what?
No panel. Oh, but Phoenix has died again.
Oh. This is the fun of the fair, everybody. This is how it goes in flight sims, and when you try and connect. Thing is, though, we did a test run of this.
We had it before, yeah.
Yeah, we did a test run of this, and everything worked. I can hear you pressing buttons, which terrifies me, because was that the battery switches?
Only one. You can see the brightness trying to change, but there's just nothing behind it. There's no data there.
Oh, right, okay. So if I turn the eCam all the way up, and then turn it all the way down.
Yeah, it's going.
That's so weird. You'll have to come out of the sim if you're going to make any changes, and then load it back up. We could both do the same. Do a complete refresh of the sim.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. All right. Back in a minute, everyone.
I'm gonna have to. Sorry. Right. So let me go to. Off. Right. I'm in cold and dark.
Yep. So am I.
My brain's in cold and dark. Move something above. Move the nav light. Yes. Okay.
You move it. Go on. You move it. Go on.
Ready?
Yeah.
I can't find the thing. There we go.
That worked fine. Right.
Okay. Then. Technology Fletcher is here. The flight's there.
Sim brief on the fly pad.
I've got that, mate. I'm buzzing for that. That's working.
Yeah.
Should we try and go from here?
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah. Go on.
Okay. So as pilot monitoring, I would, or as FO, I'd power the aircraft up while you were checking the tech log and ordering your cup of tea and stuff. So if I try and power the aircraft, and then we'll see if it bloody works or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go for it. I'm watching.
I'll do it. I'll do it properly. Promising. Things that didn't light up are now lighting up. Come on. I never do this. Let me find the checklist. I don't know how you do this. Here we go.
Oh God, I've put your visor down.
I know, yeah.
Did that come down for you?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Brilliant. Halfway through the flight, just like, yeah, I have one of them.
So an hour and 30, we've managed to move the sun visor. Here we go. Imagine if we don't crash now. So I'm going left to right.
Yep.
Bottom to up.
Okay.
That's how we do it. And we go 1, 2, 3. Way around. So there you go to auto. Put that on number 1. Still be fueling, which you can do all that GSX stuff.
Yeah.
These would be off for our operation.
Okay.
Packs. A couple of things. I had a lot of issues with APU smoke events and fume events.
Right.
Before the APU goes on.
Yeah.
Do the test. By that time, everything's powered up downstairs. So then, let's get a cup of tea ready. Turn that on. Get some heat on. Obviously, when I'm flying, I leave that on until the very last minute to save fuel, to save money.
Of course.
Whilst I'm just finishing with the pedestal, you can start messing around with the MCDU, putting all the flight plan in.
Yep. Shall do. Init. We'll do an init request. There we go.
Oh, mate, it's working.
Yeah.
It's working.
Yeah.
That's what didn't happen last time. So we're good to go.
So it's synced up. So easy 1 Charlie Delta. So if I put that in on my side, that's on your side now. We'll put the. Do we put the departure in at this point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Departure and arrivals.
Yep.
Yeah. Put
cool.
both in.
So we're on the give me 1 November, and I hope it does give me 1 November after all this time. We're 26 right. Pop that in. As for the arrival into Gatwick, we're going to be on the Tebra 2 Golf. So we're going to be arriving, and it's 26 left today. Was there a transition on there? Transition is Tebra. Just go down that for any discontinuities. We should be golden, really. It's quite straightforward, isn't it? Because we're taking off and landed in the same similar direction. We've not got the ILS or anything in yet, though. It's got timber and then CF26 left. We'd be vectored at that point, would we not?
Yeah, sorry. I definitely was listening to everything you said. Just...
Whoa.
Yeah, you would be.
Okay.
Probably, hopefully take a vector before timber, but yep, that's right.
All right.
Approach fires. If you go, you see what I did there?
Yeah, yeah.
You go flight. If you go onto 26 left,
and then
the approach fires.
Yeah, yeah.
And then click timber.
Yeah.
And if I just put it on your side here, look. If you click airport on your side, look, bang, it connects up there.
Okay.
A little bit.
Yeah, yeah. So it's timber straight to
Mayfield.
Yeah.
And then the link through, which is on the charts.
Cracking stuff. Absolutely cracking. Drew has sent me some checklists as well, as per the operations or the standard... what is it? Standard operating procedures. That's the phrase, isn't it? SOPs for them lot. And we've had images of flows and all sorts and what the trigger points are, and as you've all seen before. And as I've mentioned in many a video, Drew has helped out a lot. But now we get to put it into practice and actually have him here in the cockpit with us. I'm so glad that's synced up and working, though. That's really, really cool.
This is super cool now, yeah. Really good.
Let me just make sure that on the perf... actually, I need to go to the EFB and do the mass and balance. We'll do load aircraft. We'll do fast time, so we'll do it as 9 minutes. Boarding requested as well, so the jetway will connect now. So I'll give you all the beauty shot so you can see it happening. No beauty shot for you at the minute, actually, everybody. Sorry, we're just gonna crack on.
We just get the V pilot connected.
Oh yes, yeah, forgot about that actually.
Charlie Delta and I'll go as observer, yeah?
Yes, that's it. So easy 1 Charlie Delta, and that is an A320.
Have you put a cell code on it?
Nah.
Okay, connect them.
I thought that was the thing for just crossing the Atlantic.
Any oceanic, yeah.
Okay.
So you can, that little bit we use between south of Ireland to... Oh, and we've got tower at Munich.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, south of Ireland to kind of just off the north coast of Spain. That we use that a lot for the Canaries.
Oh, right. Right, I'll give them all a beauty shot, and then we'll carry on doing what we're doing. Oh, I do this all the time. You have to manually open the doors on this. Okay, back inside and back in the quiet. Sorry about that, Drew, but flipping heck, it's noisy out there. I don't want to go back out, to be honest.
You should have delegated the walk around to me.
Yeah, yeah, you go out there and get cold. Then again, it's snowing here in real life, and it's not snowing in Munich in the sim, which is nice. I wonder if it'll be snowing in Gatwick when we get there, if we're on live Meta.
Could be. Did you have a look at the forecast?
What do you think?
Oh, good job I did then. Yeah, chance of light snow. Couple of things.
Yep.
Can you just upload a bit more fuel?
You want a bit more fuel, yeah?
Please.
We've got planned 7166. We've got 7160 in at the moment. How much more do you want?
I want at least half a ton.
Yeah?
Something that we do in the real world just to gross error check any of our flight planning against what we've got in the box before we go. As you see on the init B page that I've got up.
Let me just check one sec. Yes, yeah.
If you put in the expected 0 fuel weight / the CG, just put 30% in. And then on block fuel, just put what we'd like, which would be 7.6 on the block. It uses everything, then gets predicted, calculated, how much extra fuel, how much we'd arrive in with.
So if I put 7.6 in
on the block, yep.
Yep.
And then just come to init B.
Yep.
So init and then next page.
Yep.
So in here we put in our predicted weights so that we can check that the flight plan that we've been generated is accurate to what we're going to do on the day.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you put 61/30,
like,
you just have to look at your scratchpad. You'd still got 7600 there. So it's if you've got something in the scratchpad. So just put 61/30. Put that in one right.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I've done. If let me just go back to init B again.
Stick it in one right.
I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
It has done it with a crazy. Yeah. Yeah, and then put 7.6 in the block fuel.
7.6. Boop.
And then that calculates everything there. Look, then it's going to start working.
Right. Okay. Yeah, takeoff weight, landing weight, and so on.
There you go. So it's giving you trip time and fuel. and then how much extra. And that's not using any trip wind either. Because
Okay.
trip wind 0.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
There's two things you do. You either put H55 in there,
Right.
or in it, wind request. This will pump in all your climb winds, and then it'll put in.
Yeah, similar to what
winds.
I've done in the past with the 7.3 when it brings. You have to request the descent winds, don't you? So the aircraft knows how to treat the descent and the approach.
So they're all in now, and then if you look at that in it B, now it gives you an even more accurate because.
Yeah.
It's increased that trip by 100 kilos because we've got a headwind.
That's cool.
It's gross area checking against your flight plan then.
Yeah.
549 miles, yeah, that's the same as the flight plan. 1 hour 30 something, 8 there. I've just been for my eyes tested this morning.
He actually has as well. He's been for his eye test.
I really have, yeah. And 3.4, which is 1.1 over what we need, which is good with the snow forecast.
3.4 EGKK?
Yeah.
Mine says 3.8.
That's what it's estimate. Does it?
Yeah.
She said I didn't really need a prescription. Yeah, 3.4 my side. Okay. That's good enough. Only other thing you've got to do is PF before we do this performance is just stick in the first stop altitude on the SID in the FCU.
Okay, yeah. They give me one November 26 right. Flipping heck. There's no restrictions. 26 right, climb 261.
There should be an altitude to stop at.
I'm trying to find one, but I can't see one.
Underneath the diagram, the picture of it all, it'll then say initial climb clearance. Starts with the S, ends in Evan. 0.
I don't see that on my chart. I don't know if you've got a different chart. Oh yeah, initial climb clearance F. Yeah, sorry, I missed that. I went straight into the section below that. And we need Q and H as well.
Yeah, it's 1005. Sorry, I meant to say
1005.
The other thing, Captain, is fueling's finished, so I've put on the seatbelt signs. I've turned the pumps on in the centre tank pump. You happy for me to just deselect the external power?
I am happy for you to deselect the external power.
We're kind of good, aren't we, at this stage?
I'd say so. Yes, let's do performance check, shall we?
If we both do it independently, get our numbers, and then you...
Yes.
What would happen is you, as pilot flying, would run through those... Remember last time, speeds, and then go across to flap, flex, and then if I agree with it, you pump it in.
Yep. I'm going to get rid of that jetway as well because we don't need it now because the aircraft is broaded. Mine is in. I put us back on Unicon, by the way, just so the guys didn't interrupt.
I saw that. Yeah, I noticed that. You want to go for it?
Yeah, the jetway's coming back, though. Go away. No one asked for you. Cretin, piss off.
One other thing before we just do that is, in Munich, it's the longest runway in the world, 4,000 meters. It's huge. What we do real world is, don't fancy going all the way to the end. Long way.
Yeah.
So do you want to run like Alpha 10 figures?
Yeah, we can do. Let's have a little ganders on here. So Alpha 10, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Still gives a flex. Still 2,200 meters.
Jesus.
Jersey would love to have one that long. And we know we've got performance in hand for that.
Yeah.
Whereas if we calculate 12 and he says 12's not available, 10, I've got to stop again. I've got to get into the iPad. I've got to recalculate all the performance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you click intersection data and then you can go Alpha 10.
Click Alpha 10, yeah.
Flipping heck, it's brought the speeds down loads. Mine was originally 152, 156, but now it's 134 and 137.
That is just before we're going to start the engine. So first of all you'll do is we're just doing a performance input. If we treat this like it's day one of being line trained,
yeah,
the cadet would just be kind of shown this is what happens because there's a schedule to stick to. So we're using Munich 26 right, dry runway, Alpha 10 figures, and we checked 2260 meters. I'm happy with that. Very quickly, everybody, I just noticed then that there wasn't any sound from Flight Sim, so we've reset OBS and we're all good to go. So sorry, Drew, you may continue. No, it's fine, mate. So we're going to go Munich 26 right, Alpha 10 figures, 2260 meters from there, which we checked.
Yeah.
We're using optimum config. Anti-icing packs are off, 68.4 takeoff weight.
Yep.
Latest weather's in from the 80s QNH 1005. So we would put in.
Oh, I've got flaps 1 on here now.
You selected flap 1. Have you
in optimal, it says flat 1.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's just in flap config, have you got optimal or flat one?
Optimal.
So then what would happen is we'd agree with that, and we got to take away 68.4, which is right. So performance page, V1 135.
I've got 133.
Okay, so we would accept 1 knot.
Okay.
I think we'll accept it on here because it's sim and trying to work it out.
Yeah.
So this is a bit of a workaround for flight simming. V1 135, so 133. 1 VR 146, V2 146. I've got flap 1.
146.
Yeah, what have you got?
133.
As a VR.
As
a
VR.
V2.
Yeah, V2's 137.
What takeoff weight have you got in your aircraft configuration part?
68.4 and 30.4.
Right. What weather have you got?
Sync live. Wind 230 at 12. Temperature 7. QNH 1005.
If I read it out and pump it in.
Yeah.
You just any around that, because that'd be wrong. It wouldn't all be 133.
Yeah, that's really strange. I don't know what's caused that.
So then we do a performance validation, which you would look at the EFB, and I would say 135, 146, 146, 26 right, flap 1, flex 52, engine at 2950, clean. It's 222, and you're just checking that what I've read is what it says on the EFB.
But I know in this circumstance that you have obviously taken that from your own EFB, because mine seems to get it wrong. Do we want to go back on to tower and check in? Because we need clearance, don't we, I suppose?
Yeah, I'll get you that.
Thank you very much. What do you mean?
Did you see what I did?
No.
My barref was like that, yeah?
Yeah.
What I do in the aircraft, always I put standard, and then make sure that's square.
Make sure what's square? I can't...
Yeah, it says pull standard on the barref.
Oh, make sure that... Oh, mate, I love that. Oh, no, Drew.
And what happens is the first time someone shows you, you'll have to do it every time.
Oh, Drew. Oh, I'm like that with the volume switch in my auntie's car. Me and my auntie share a car quite a lot, and she's got a volume switch where the on and off button on it spins with the thing, and it does my head in, but hers never points perfectly straight up. That's brilliant. I like that a lot.
Do that. Someone did it to me when I was in this seat about 20 years ago.
You've done it since.
I saw it, and I don't have OCD at the moment. I looked at him and said, "You bastard." He said, "What are you on about?" I said, "I'm never not going to be able to do that now." And for 20 years, I've bloody done it. And every cadet that's at the side of me or FO, I'm just like, "Oh, you can't fly that, can you?" Until they move it.
That's incredible.
Right. So get a clearance.
Yes, let's do it.
Ocean 4 Papa Kilo, München Tower Servus, report when established ILS.
This was when established ILS, Ocean 4 Papa Kilo, thank you.
Schönen guten Abend. Easy 1 Charlie Delta, stand 116 A320 information. Charlie, QNH1 005, on the Gatwick.
You did put a flight plan in, didn't you?
Easy 1 Charlie Delta, München Tower Servus, please file a flight plan.
Wilco, Danke.
I just thought.
I waited. I didn't do it on purpose, I promise. I should have pre-filed it, I know. But as soon as you said that, I just thought, wait for it. Wait for it. Don't say a word. Oh my god, what a clown. Flight plan is filed, Drew. I am so sorry.
Dankeschön.
And Easy 1 Charlie Delta, the flight plan should be filed, sir.
Easy 1 Charlie Delta, thanks. Information Charlie turn, startup approved, cleared London Gatwick. Give me 1 November departure, flight plan route, climb via SID, flight level 70, squawk 2326.
Clear Gatwick, give me 1 November, flight level 70 initially, and the squawk 2326. Easy 1 Charlie Delta.
Easy 1 Charlie Delta, read back correct.
Like a professional. The great
I have to work
efficiency.
hard here with your Simin to do the good ATC, because I think my RT is pretty poor now.
Yeah, I remember there was a few calls that you've done, and when I edited the video I was like, bloody hell, Drew. It was the one when we did the flight with Dan from Brussels, and it took you about 10 seconds to muster the word departing. and then let's not forget last time we went to Gatwick, what happened there?
And you have a A320 in front of you.
You're in charge, are you?
Oh, Drew! That was
I
remarkable.
don't like Unicom.
You can tell.
Or being told what to do.
So has he said start up
Cool,
approve
mate.
then?
No, I've not asked for that. So this is the point for your for you to request that checklist that you wanted, mate, and then I'll read it out. So you'd request cockpit prep checklist from now.
Yes, cockpit prep check.
Look, please.
Yes, one of them. Jesus Christ.
Okay, cockpit preparation checklist. Aircraft acceptance.
Completed.
It's just that front door needs closing, don't remember.
Oh yeah, it does,
fuel
doesn't
quantity.
It's balanced. We have.
I'll tell you what, if
we had
well, to check it's
7.6.
balanced, I would press that, look, because you can actually see now that it's balanced.
Oh yeah, on the fuel page down there.
Seat belts,
On.
ADIRS,
All to nav.
barrow ref,
The barrow ref is QNH 1005.
cockpit prep checklist complete.
Thank you.
You can speak with ground, and then once you know that the push buoys are ready with that door closed, I'll request push and start, mate.
Yep. Do you want me to get them to come up to the aircraft then, and then we will,
Yeah,
once we
that's
get
what we do,
clearance,
yeah.
we then just,
As soon as the boys say we're fully ready and they're all connected, then we ask.
Okay, cool.
Obviously, when you're doing the Irish 737 operations, they call when there's still passengers coming on the door.
They call up for it while the other passengers are still getting off.
Fuel is still attached. Yeah, fully ready, please.
Make 180 to the left to this
Right.
2 and
I'll do a beauty shot while these lot do their thing. It's like me
Obviously
hanging
this-
out the window recording it on my phone, isn't it?
Obviously, not been much of a brief. We just talk a bit about taxi route off 116,
Yeah.
which way you'd expect to go.
Mhm.
We've got figures from Alpha 10. That'd be kind of a departure, a taxi brief that you'd say. Give me 1 November's in the box. I've seen that. I've said I'm happy with it. We're stuck in 70.
So would we push back onto Echo 1, Charlie 4, Whiskey 1?
I mean, he's going to tell us, but yeah, correct.
Okay.
They'll tell you if they want you to go onto an orange or a blue line. In the sim, they can't really.
Yeah. I don't think they would, just because in this they wouldn't guarantee that everyone's got the scenery. Yeah, they are ready to go. They just need to know which way to push us, basically. So.
Okay, right. I'll ask him then.
I mentioned easy 1 Charlie Delta, stand 116, ready to push that.
Easy 1 Charlie Delta, pushback approved, facing north.
Push through, face to the north, easy 1 Charlie Delta.
Okay, parking brake coming off.
So before you do that, you ask for before start checks.
Before start checklist, please, Drew.
Parking brake.
It's now off.
Takeoff data.
It's set. Confirmed. Sorry.
You'd say V1 135 B2 146. Confirmed.
Okay.
Windows
All closed.
closed. Peds.
Flight mode.
Flight mode. Doors
Closed and armed.
and the beacon.
The beacon light is on.
The trigger is when they give you push, you put the beacon on, then you ask for the checklist, and then we go.
Ocean
Right,
4
okay.
Papa Kilo, taxi to entry November 1.
So
via
mate,
Alpha
while you're
4.
just starting those engines, it
It
feels like the back door's blown open. I'm just gonna close my back doors.
Lufthansa 762,
No
taxi
worries.
to holding point
You mean in your house, not the plane,
via
yeah?
Sierra, Bravo 15. Holding point runway 2.
Okay, let's get this engine started, everyone.
Yeah, we don't start 1 then 2.
Oh, I thought it was 2 then 1.
No, it used to be. Then they all got replumbed.
Right, get set parking brakes. They're lowering the aircraft. Let's start engine 1.
From under your seat. Remove from the pouch and put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and click together. Pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate the life jacket inside the aircraft.
Okay, so engines are sorted by the look of it. All good. We just had available come up on the eCam. That is all banging. Now it's time to go through the flows that Drew has so rightly mentioned. Let's just lock that cockpit door, shall we? So I put the engine switch back to normal,
Correct.
and then I put the APU bleed off, then the APU off, or is it the other way around?
Correct. No, that's the right way.
Bleed
then
first,
the APU.
then the APU. That is
And
now
I
off.
monitor all that.
Yep.
As 2 pilots, I'd monitor all that before I arm on the spoilers.
Yep.
Set the rudder trim bar. And then I press status page.
Yep. Pack 2 is off.
When I click status page, which it should be, pack 2 should be off.
Yeah.
You would then go to request. That's your trigger to request the after start checklist.
Okay. After start checklist, please, Drew, darling.
Anti-ice.
As required. Don't think we're going to need it on the way up. I think we'll probably need it on the way down.
Ecam status
is checked.
Pitch trim
is the percentage that you just put in.
Yeah, and the rudder trim.
The rudder trim is neutral. It's L00 at the moment.
So that's after start checklist complete. So only thing for you, Chaz, as PF, you always have perf page for departure and for approach.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
So I'll change that to perf.
I'd have flight plan, and then ready for taxi.
I'm ready for taxi.
Easy 1 Charlie Delta, ready for taxi.
Easy 1 Charlie Delta, taxi to entry November 1 via Echo 1, Charlie 3, Whiskey 1.
Echo 1, Charlie 3, Whiskey 1 for November 1. Easy 1 Charlie Delta.
Okay.
So at this point, mate, we're clear right.
Yep. We are clear left as well. Yeah. I was just looking. I've got 4 FPS.
Oh, great. So Charlie 3 is going to be a second left.
Yep.
First right onto Whiskey 1 up to, and then straight ahead and hold at November 1.
Okay. Do you put taxi light on or me?
No, that's yours, mate. You put the taxi light on.
Because she's heavy. She's not rolling on idle power. Tell she's a hefty pig today.
Yeah, my diet's not started.
It's that Christmas weight, mate.
On your right hand side.
That dry January's not going well either.
Well, thanks once again, Drew, for jumping in with this. This will be an absolute riot, I'm sure. Already has been, to be honest with you. I don't know.
No problem at all.
I don't know if this is just a habit thing. So it's second left, isn't it? Because I originally wrote down Charlie 4, but he wants Charlie 3.
Ah, you've got your clipboard, haven't you? Your special clipboard.
Yeah. Which you can download from a link in the description, everybody. Thank you for teeing that up, Drew. I don't know if this is a habit, but I like to put constraints on all the time.
Should be on for departure, yeah, constraints, because you can see your departure constraints.
Lufthansa 762, no further ATC available, monitor Unicom, good flight.
Very German, I love it.
He's very, very German. So he's going to be your first right here.
Yep.
You do know what that, just over at that 1 o'clock position, what that hill is there, don't you?
Yeah, that's one of the pyramids of Egypt, isn't it?
Mate, to be fair, I could believe that with my school results, but yeah.
Is it like a viewing mound?
It is, yeah. They
That's
get really
so
high,
sick.
it's very good, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to go.
There's a load of people there, yeah, there's always a lot.
Do you ever give them a wing wave?
Go for the day. Yeah, sometimes. Give 'em a salute.
So we holding at November 1, did he say?
So you're going to hold in November 1, yeah?
Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, do we need to do a taxi checklist, or is that once we've cleared the apron?
What's good airmanship is get out of the apron area where it's a chance of causing a bit of damage.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Do a bit of flight control check down.
Easy 1 Charlie Delta, taxi to holding point runway 26 right via November Alpha 13.
November Alpha 13, holding point 26 right, and we've got the figures for Alpha 10. It's available. Easy 1 Charlie Delta.
Easy 1 Charlie Delta, of course. Correction. Taxi to holding point runway 26 right, intersection Alpha 10 via November Alpha 10.
Holding point Alpha 10 via November Alpha 10. Easy 1 Charlie Delta.
That's first right here then, Chaz.
Yep.
Onto November.
And then we basically go all the way down there to, and we just go across Mike onto Alpha 10.
Correct.
Yeah.
So other real life stuff that you think about is when you fire up into Alpha 10, you're not looking down the approach path anymore, because it's so, it's turned away. So good airmanship is just to kind of time that so you can have a little glance over your shoulder to make sure that someone hasn't made a mistake, there isn't an aircraft landing.
Yeah. So 26 right, Alpha 10. Yep, cool.
Yeah. Oh, I could hear the pen click. That's on the checklist.
Yeah. That's written down.
This is now where you're going to look into that camera now, aren't you? Like, there's my kneeboard, ladies.
I've got Sabrina Carpenter watching today. I can't.
She's always watching over your shoulder.
She is. She's in the jump seat. She's loving it so far.
I bet she is.
She's wondering if she's sharing a room with when we get back.
I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's safe for us to both not comment.
Down here then, mate, what we would do now is flight control, so you're going to check full
Yep.
and free movement really. It's a
Full left,
yes. And
full
I would, but as you're doing it,
Yeah.
I'd look down and I'd read it out. So start them again, nice and slow. Full left, full right, neutral, full down, full up.
We're currently doing about
Neutral.
160 knots.
30 is the limit. You're at 27 on mine, so you're right. And then we'd do rudders with a disconnect, but it's fine. You don't want to sim that.
Yeah,
And then what would happen is I'd do it, and there's no check from you. It's just me silently check it as PM.
I pooed myself then because I saw Alpha 9 and I thought Alpha 10 was that one, but it's way further down. It's just
Easy 1 Charlie Delta, wind 230 degrees, 12 knots, runway 26 right, cleared for takeoff.
Wow.
Alpha 10, 26 right, clear for takeoff. Easy 1 Charlie Delta.
So that trigger for me is predictive wind shear goes on.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm just catching up because I'm way behind now.
No, you're right. He's thrown us very far ahead.
It's only because I'm
Drinking.
I can't find that. I can't find. No, on this occasion, no. So I'd do a quick review, which would be performance Alpha 10.
Yeah.
26 right, engine out. We're going to go straight ahead 20 miles and take up a hold. Departure is give me 1 November, and we're stopping at flight level 70. We've got 7,000.
Taxi checklist, please, Drew.
Flight controls.
Free and correct.
Flap setting.
Flaps 1.
Config 1. FMA. Just read climb nav blue 1 FD2.
Yep.
So you need to read.
Yep.
Check.
Yes. Climb and nav blue. Sorry. 1 FD2.
Radar predictive wind shear.
Predicted wind shear is on. Radar is on.
Engine mode selector.
Is in the normal position.
And EFB.
EFB is as required for us both, by the look of it.
Yeah. And so lineup checks, what you do, you've been cleared for takeoff, so you would turn all the lights on. The
Yeah.
landing lights on. Taxi light nose, put the strobe on as well.
Yeah.
And I just do TARA and the packs both go off. And then lineup checks are cabin.
Yeah, I did a little ding dong before I'll do another one.
Yeah. So you just say secured for takeoff.
Secured, I mean ding dong.
Ding dong. Secured your ding dong. Takeoff runway.
26 right.
26 right, Alpha 10, takeoff confirmed. TCAS.
I've put the checklist down. TARA.
Lovely. Packs 1 and 2.
Both off, I imagine. Yes.
Yeah. Take confirmed. Off
Ready
you
to go?
mate.
Sound. Up
Yeah.
to 50%. Oh, I've gone a bit over that. Be alright. Taking 12 days to spool up. Come on, pig. Okay, stabilise, let's go. Up to flex. Okay, man flex 52 SRS runway, auto thrust is blue.
Okay. Thrust is set.
Yep. 80 knots.
100 knots. You just check 100 knots.
Yeah, 100 knots.
Say V1. Rotate.
Positive rate, gear up please.
So I would say positive rate climb. And then, yeah.
Yep.
Easy 1 Charlie Delta, no further ATC available. Monitor Unicom, good flight.
Unicom now, thank you very much. Thumbs up.
Sounds brilliant. Yeah, it's nice that the pilot monitoring does that while I'm flying the departure, that's cool. Then again, you'd have been in autopilot at 150 feet, wouldn't you?
So that FMA's flashing.
The what?
The FMA's flashing telling you that the thrust leaves in climb.
Not on my end, it didn't.
Okay, so that triggers me going back.
Mine says transponders in standby.
It's not.
No.
Put it back.
Let me make sure it's on mine.
So what's that? It's just gone through S speed, so you ask for flap 0.
Yep, flaps clean, please. Or do you say
Check.
0?
Flap 2. Yeah, it's a 0.
Yours seems different to me, by the way, because when you called V1, I was nowhere near it on my screen.
So when you ask for flaps 0, I do flap 0 and I do a few things.
Yeah.
Disarm the spoilers as well as that. And we're cleared to a flight level, mate, so you need to ask me to set standard. Both do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just when it'll flash.
Yeah. Okay, well, should we go standard pressure now?
Yep.
Yep. Standard pressure. Yeah, I was just going to check if it was independent or not, but then I remembered before it wasn't. Okay, autopilot's going in. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's do a quick beauty shot and then we'll catch up.
Join you in the cabin shortly.
Okay, back into the cockpit. That felt all right. That was lovely.
Nice that.
Very tidy.
Just trying to think of one thing, mate.
What is that one thing, Drew?
How can I get those doors to close?
Is there a bit of a draft, is there?
Yeah, because on mine the doors are bloody open.
Go to ground services. Oh, yeah. You can't in the air. Oh, is it on there? On the...
We've got toga locking. Pull a climb.
Pull the climb, yeah?
So let's go up to cruise, yeah? Because we're...
Yep. Flight level 340. Oh, do you want
What
pull
does your
climb or
mate do?
push?
Pull. Open climb.
Throttle climb, open climb, altitude is blue, nav is green, flight level 340.
Just toga lock on this. Yeah, that door is very much open and the gear's still down. I know it's the chocks that are just in place.
Oh, right. We brought the chocks with us.
I found it.
Yeah? Oh,
Cabin pressure's so.
mine is frozen still. My aircraft is not moving.
How's that? Is that moving?
Oh, there you go. It says paused, unpause. See just where maintenance is on yours now?
Mine's moving. Is yours?
No. Let me click unpause. There you go. How far are you from give me?
6.9 miles.
Yeah, sound. Alright, we're back to normal. We'll get there, we'll get there.
Get there. You'd put airports on the...
Yeah, instead of constraints.
It's control instead of constraints, unless you need the constraints.
Okay.
And check your red nav page is clear, which it is, because we didn't put anything in it.
No.
And the secondary now is the time you can copy it to the active.
Yeah, now in previous videos, the video we did with Dan, you mentioned secondary flight plan, and
Yeah.
I nodded and waved as if I knew what that meant. I mean, this might not be the best comparison for it, but is it similar to like when a go-around is activated? So it's like if you get to a point, or you sort of line that up as a backup plan. Is that what it is?
Mainly for departure, I'll show you now. If you look on my McDo,
Yeah.
so for departure, what would happen is it'd be something like, I would have gone to secondary and I would have hit copy. It'd come up like this and it'd have all the routing. So what we would do is we click 26 right, and then here in SIDS, the first one we get is EO SID, engine out SID. It's just changing in the last couple of weeks, but previously it's always been 1,500 feet above the aerodrome. There'd be a turn one way towards a holding point, and that's an engine failure procedure. Right. And that's calculated that you're going to miss all terrain. You can do that climbing away on one engine. You can get up to Manchester, for example, 1,800 feet, right turn, you go to the Mike Charlie Tango. When you click it on the SIDS, it would have it strung in here.
Okay.
So it would say something like 1,800 feet would be in there, and it's there. And then all we do is then from that MCT, we would then put Manchester back in, and we'd have an arrival, just an ILS,
Yeah.
ready to go. So that if that engine went bang, it'd come up in yellow on the ND,
Yeah.
and it would show you what you're going to do. And once you've sorted out flying the aircraft, getting the engine secure, the aircraft is now managing flying the aircraft away. You know you're safe because you're above 1,800 feet, and you're flying safe back to the overhead, and then you can carry on with sorting the problem out.
Ah, okay.
That's what it's used for.
It is literally like a backup plan, but also it's so that you don't have to fly the actual, you don't have to fly the aircraft manually while you're trying to fix something else. You tell the aircraft, look, if this happens, you go here while I sort this out.
Yeah, you handle the first initial part of it, and you get the engine secure, which is mainly for engine failure situations.
Yeah.
You get the engine secure, so that's either turning a master switch off, the fire goes out if it was a fire, or you've used both extinguishers and it's still not gone out. Well, that's as secure as it's ever going to be because you've got more extinguishers on board. The one thing that I would say, in terms of flying jet airliners in the real world, in the sim, is things happen quick. Not in the climb out and when you can quickly bugger off and get a cup of coffee, etc. What we all had to get used to from flying little planes to jets is the speed everything happens obviously comes much quicker. So you're just trying to get one step ahead all the time. I know that.
Yeah, have everything planned in advance, so to speak.
That's it. You're ahead of time. I know someone that me and you know very well. Dan mentioned the picture he'd come across where the brake setting was already selected in the descent towards the destination, and that's because we would select it early.
Yeah, but it's going well so far.
It's nice, mate.
I think, yeah, there was some weird discontinuities between the V speeds and S speed on departure, but that hasn't done anything. I don't know if it's doing the same for you, but the trim wheel at my end is going absolutely ballistic.
That's calmed down. The first time we did it, it was just spinning the whole time. The only thing I've got, which you're gonna have to cut out, is I've got toga lock, where we are just in toga, and you've definitely not got that on your FMA.
No, I've got throttle.
What speed are we doing?
0.726.
Right, so mine's like screaming towards the barber spot. So let me just try something, mate. Are you seeing the thrust levers move?
No. Let me give you control.
Yeah, go on then.
Whoa! Whoa.
It's probably not the best thing to do, is it? No, give it back. Let's stall out this guy. Just push the nose down. Let's take the other part out. Push the nose down. Yeah, we'll definitely cut this out. Now the trim wheel's going like a
Yeah, now mine isn't.
and then just stick the other pilot back in and pull open climb to go back to 340.
Yeah. Cool.
My autopilot's out now.
Your autopilot's out?
I got the disconnect, yeah.
There are definitely some things that don't sync up.
Right, let's see if we've got any... We do have tower on it in Gatwick.
Oh, cool. Let's whack Volanta on screen and show everyone. Where's us? Here's us. And then there's a version of us on VATSIM. But you've got VOR needles on, haven't you?
Yeah.
You love a VOR needle, don't you?
Yeah, if I was line training you for real, I'd be like that.
See, you're still in my aircraft effectively, but for some reason yours thinks that it's doing Mach 0.8.
8.6 now.
Jesus.
Even I've not been this fast, yeah.
And you're at 30,300?
32.1.
Ah, I'm at 30,300 feet.
As long as you grease it in, I'll be happy.
Okay, fine. You've heard it here, everyone. That's all he wants. That's all he wants.
Touchdown zone, centre line, greased.
Well, we can count on Dan for one of those things. He's usually good at touchdown zones, but he's usually on a taxiway. Laterally, he's about a mile from the centre line. Bless him.
Only a mile?
I was going to say, are you going to be all nice now and be like, flipping heck, Dan, have you heard him slating you?
No. Attack.
Yeah, if you watch
when
this,
the
Dan,
knife's in, get another one in.
twist it. We hope you're watching this, Dan, and we hope you're enjoying it.
And I'd expect exactly the same back.
Yeah, 100%. Right, as we get to top of climb then, Drew, I'm going to go grab myself a drink, give these wonderful people some beauty shots, and we'll reconvene, eh?
After you've done your top of climb,
Yeah.
low, what I would expect you to do.
Let's go and get you a brew.
Can you remember what you should do, top of climb? SPF.
Oh, I remember this.
Oh, is this like when I was at school? Oh, yeah, miss.
No,
what was
you
it now?
genuinely told me this when we tested this. Oh.
Yeah, it's alright, I'm just getting my pen out for the debrief items.
You write down a phone number for me. I can
talk about top of climb checks.
I think we should talk about some top of climb checks.
What you would do, mate, is you select the TCAS to below at top of climb.
Ah, yes.
So we go alt star out, TCAS to below, and then you'd run through the system pages to make sure it's all normal. If you had a good FO, we'd be getting a lot of weathers for airports around us because we're constantly looking at suitable places to divert to if something happens.
Oh, right.
Technical. So we've got Frankfurt on the nose, so we'd definitely be getting a Frankfurt weather. Nuremberg we just passed, have a look at that, and then we're going near Brussels, have a look at Brussels, and then get an 80s for Gatwick as well. Lots of times you get a phone call, someone's passed out and it can quickly deteriorate, or could be company asking us to go somewhere else for reasons that we'll never know. It's all part of the big picture, Drew. You don't understand.
Right, I'm getting to 34 now.
Okay, I'm at 36.
Fantastic.
Look through your systems pages.
So we'd go, what, engine?
Yeah, so just look in
please.
normal, all greens, normal readings, cabin altitude, this is a big one, and then obviously all the bus bars are powered there. hydraulics
Oh!
and pressures.
We'll talk about this in a minute when we come back from the beauty shots, but green, blue, yellow. Drew explained this to me when we tested stuff, and I want him to go through this again because I didn't know this was a thing. We'll go over that in a minute. APU off, sound.
Well, if you go back to fuel page, then here's one for you. I don't expect you to. You should be able to work this out. Why would the left be lower than the right?
APU.
Yeah.
When we're on the ground, it's always the left.
Obviously, when I'm flying,
pumps.
because I'm saving that much fuel, very similar.
Yeah, of course.
If you've had it on for a long time, you can get quite big.
Yeah. When your controls doesn't work and it delays us by an hour. Doors, I mean, they're all closed for me, but probably not for you.
No, they are for me now.
Oh, lovely. That's fantastic. I might activate the slides for a laugh. I've noticed as well on your, what's it called? ND, that you have 160 miles selected. Because I was like, why has he got loads of airports and I've not? And I had like 20 miles selected. Is it a case of just the higher you are, the bigger range you'd have on that, basically?
Yeah, so again, what we're looking at, I mean, when you're looking at suitability of places to dive into, so I'd be printing the weather off. One thing that I do, is again, it's kind of old school airmanship for me, and probably what old trusty guys have told me when I was flying the aircraft before the Airbus, and I've been on this 20 years, was I always write, at the side of the weather of the airport, I'll quickly write how long that runway is, and what approach is going to be in use.
Okay.
An ILS is a 3000. So I know if I've got a controllability issue, I want a long runway.
Yeah.
It's just one less thing to think about and be scrambling around with when it hits the fan. And when it does, to have things, again, it's this plan ahead thing.
Yeah.
Just makes the day so much easier. So I'll have all that written down. 3 times your height is the kind of distance you're going to be
to descend
into. So if you think typically between 90 and 120 miles is a perfect range to get done. 90 and 120 miles away is a perfect range to get things done that you need to get done while on a diversion, because it gets busy and lots of things to do and speak about and talk to and negotiate. There's no holding whilst you're trying to descend and get the height off. That's why I have it at that kind of range, and it gives you a good look around. And if you go to, the other thing I do if the emergency happens is I'll go to 80 and plan, so you can see the ones behind you as well.
Oh, okay.
Because
it puts the aircraft
in
the middle of the screen then, rather than just what's ahead. That's what's interesting to hear about, though. It's the stuff that's become muscle memory to you is stuff that I have to really think about. There's so many things to do in here at different phases of flight. It's just always interesting to hear it because, I may do something to think it's really important and then you're like, nah.
When you first start your career and FOs will probably be looking over at me going, look at the size of his belly. And then as well as that, as well as doing that, they're probably thinking, he's not doing anything. He's not actually, what is he doing?
Yeah.
For obviously the difference in which everyone always talks about. And it's not that. I am actually working hard. It's just because I've been doing it that long, my eyes don't move as much, or the tongue doesn't come out as much anymore. When I'm thinking about it. And so I'm constantly looking, where, what if, where am I going to go to? And then all that muscle memory stuff, I take the piss out of you for that knee board. However, anyone who comes and does a simulator session with me, like on my recurrent exams, knows that I have a pad that I had made when I first got my command 20 years ago. That I use for emergencies. And it's in my bag every single day, and it goes in the simulator every time, and I get it out and I go through it because it keeps me on track and stops me. It stops me flying off on tangents, and it keeps me really focused. And some guys they quite like it, quite like to see it.
Definitely.
If they're coming up for the command, and some probably think, God, he needs that piece of paper. But I always say I'm not clever enough to remember it all perfectly, and this thing keeps me on track, and I never lose where I am. And it'll come out on the day if someone gets sick and I have to divert, that comes out. Or if I have a double engine failure, probably not a double engine failure, that's a bad example. Dual hydraulic failure, that pad would come out. It comes out for a quite minor thing and a serious thing and everything in between.
No, that's good though. It's good to have that. It's like, I was telling Drew just before we started recording this video, everybody, after the last test that we did, we had some audio issues because I'd messed about with OBS when I was getting back into streaming and so on. I'd reconfigured loads of stuff, but not tested it beforehand and not written down what I needed to do. I've actually made a checklist for whether I'm recording a video like this, whether I'm streaming to Twitch, whether I'm streaming to YouTube, whether it's an iRacing broadcast. I've made checklists. Even though I know what I'm doing every time, you have to just check things. And it's like Drew told me as well, with checklists in the aircraft. I have often read through the fly-by-wire ones that I use for the A320neo, and I've done it as I've read it, but it should be a case of you do it and then you read the checklist to make sure it's been done, don't you? You go back on, just to make sure nothing's missing at that point, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't want to miss something and end up in the office bringing my own biscuits for the meeting.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Biscuits, bring your own biscuits.
Flipping it. Right, what's the thing, right? I don't know if you've experienced this recently. I probably imagine not, but the theme in the office is when it's someone's birthday, they have to bring in, like, cakes and whatever else. Like,
yeah,
surely
they do.
Everyone else should bring me cake. It's my birthday.
We enforce that in my business. Otherwise, you can end up getting a rich tea instead of a chocolate hobnob on your birthday, mate. At least if it's my birthday, I'm bringing chocolate hobnobs.
Yeah, top tier. Well, I've got a pack of digestives right next to me here, actually. I was going to ask you what your in-flight meal was going to be today.
I'm on a real diet. I've had nothing all day yet.
Wow, fair play. I've had a bottle of Lucozade and some chocolate digestives, and while we're in the cruise, I might go and grab something a bit more savoury, just so I feel like I've had lunch.
Go on, and if you want to quickly do that, because we're on VATSIM, aren't we? So I'll stay, and then when you're back, I'll quickly jump and get a coffee.
Lovely. Twin pilot operations. Thanks very much, mate. I'll see you in a sec.
See you in a second. At this point, I would say this is a great time in the cruise, bit of time to be prepping for landing.
Okay.
So things that you're going to need to do is get the weather.
Okay.
For Gatwick, put that in.
Yeah.
Try and find out what runway in use. Check you've got the right approach. Run through it using plan mode and zoom in a little bit. That all the points are right and they meet the constraints off your chart. Then pump your weather in to your perf page. Select your flap and auto brake setting. Pre-select the Gatwick QNH.
Yeah, I like that. I've mentioned that in a few videos that you do that.
You can then tell me how you're going to do it, and then we'd talk about that descent management again, which you seem to get quite well last time, to be fair.
So I'd go into this 9er, 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 and then straight back into standard. QNH is 9er, 9er, 9er.
You want to see me do it?
We'll watch.
No.
It's cool that it animates the buttons moving for the other people as well, actually.
There's a problem though with this. Look, watch. What else do I have to do?
You have to push it in, don't you?
No, square it up after.
Oh, it's not moving at my end now.
Oh, great.
No, it hasn't moved at all. I didn't realise you were doing it. Right, so we've got QNH 0, 9er, 9er, 9er. Winds are 27015, and they are still using 26 left. So we'll do. So we go to perf, and then we go to next phase, arrival. Approach. QNH 9er, 9er, 9er. It's already got the winds in 279 at 14, but it's 270 at 15, so it's not correct.
So change it to that. Yeah, it does it on the aircraft as well. It uses the descent winds that we requested right back on the ground.
Yeah.
Put in what it's predicted.
Then we need to look at minimums on the chart as well. Would we put those in at this point? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. This is not helpful. Is there a? There must be a second chart for it. There we go. I've got it.
It's on the final page, isn't it?
Yeah. 396 ILS, straight in landing. And then it's 200 radio, but we're going to go Barrow today. Landing config is full, flaps full. VAP I've got as 140. Bet yours is like 128 or something.
No, 142 is fine.
Okay, yeah, 2 is good.
Yeah.
1 on for mum from my end, and we'll be right in the middle. The descent management, you said. So Drew mentioned earlier 3 times your height, so if you've never seen me mention it in any of my videos before, what he always says to me is, as a fallback, you want to be looking at 3 times your altitude in thousands, because I mean we should be at 340. I'm actually at 323 at the moment, which is a bit upsetting. I've only just noticed that.
Full open climb, just get it right.
Yeah, let's get into that open. Thank you. So it'd be 34 times 3, which is 102, and then did you say add 15 usually?
No, 5.
5. Oh right, okay. I just wanted to make sure I had you here to go over that. So yeah, that's exactly why, because I've been adding 15. So you had 5. So it's what?
Conservative though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'd rather get down sooner than later. 107 miles is what we'd be looking at then.
You could do 5 times your ground speed.
That's
at the rate of
interesting.
descent.
That I didn't know that one. I did always wonder how you figured that out.
So that's like 2,200
Wow.
per minute around, but using my figures roughly.
That's really cool.
Descent management's a big thing that takes a bit of getting used to in the aircraft. So if anyone who's watching is struggling a little bit with it, it's normal, and I fly with lots of people at the start of the career that also need a little nudge or a little help or a bit of tips. What we're trying to do is keep the descent going whilst the speed gradually starts bleeding off towards the end of the descent. I won't be doing it anywhere like above 8,000-9,000 feet. But once you get underneath there, then we start trading speed against altitude. So, you know, if you pull open descent, thrust idle, and then it will pitch for the target speed. So if you've got a high speed, it'll stick the nose down. So you get a big rate of descent. If you wind the speed back, it'll pull the nose up.
My Sims froze.
Yeah, mine has, I've just noticed that.
Oh, there we go. It's come back now.
Brake selection, mate. 26 left.
It's a long runway, but we want to get off soon because it's usually busy, so I'd go medium.
Yep, that's fine. And then once we get inside 80 miles of that top of descent arrow, which is we're just about to get there now.
Yep.
That's the point where you would be offering to brief me on how you're going to do it.
Okay.
Stick the LS push button on, or unless you've got a trigger at like 10,000 feet or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Doing an ILS, press it now.
Yeah.
Because you're inside 250 miles, when you see ILS 26 left in the middle of your ND at the top, that's 250 miles to go, that pops up.
Oh, right, okay. Again,
and then
another nugget of knowledge.
I've been called a nugget many times. So then, yeah, you can kind of brief me on how you intend to fly it. That would be the good 2-crew thing to do. 15 miles to go, I'm going to manage the speed, and then when appropriate, go for flat one, as if when the speed is below the manoeuvre speed, go flat one. So that means that if we get to 14 miles and you've not asked for it, I'm going to say, oh, Chaz, remember you said 15 miles? Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. I was just looking at this fancy house down here. Whatever. That's what the 2-crew thing is. It's about you sharing your mental model with me, so that if it's not happening, I bring it up and we change it.
Yeah, and we make it work. Another thing that I've, since our previous test of this, I have as hard as possible, stuck to 180 to 6. Flap 2, 180 to 6.
Yeah, good.
I don't know if that's just a you thing or whether that's right or not, or whether you want to admit that live on air, but...
No, it's what the aircraft... Most airports would expect you 180 to 6 miles, and then 160 to 4.
Okay.
Some people get nervous about the 160 to 4, I must admit.
I can imagine.
Can do it. It's a bit of experience thing, so as long as the 180 to 6 is kind of...
Adhered to,
and then the 160 to 4. We've just had a notice out, actually, that Amsterdam are getting annoyed that we're slowing down too early.
Oh, right.
Because if you look on their 18 right approach chart, they have a stipulation of minimum 160 at, I think it's 5.
Oh, wow.
5-ish miles, so you can have a look at that.
It's interesting you say that, because even on VATSIM, when I've flown into Amsterdam and landed there before, I was given the command free speed, as if, but he sort of hinted at it as if to be like, hurry up, because you're already at 180 knots. And he was like, yeah, just do like 220, like for a long time, and you'll be sound.
Free speed means officially any restrictions of speed on the chart that you're flying to no longer apply.
Yeah. So you don't need to be under a certain speed. It's like if you want to do 200 instead of like 180, then do it.
So Amsterdam at the Alpha Mike 622 for runway 18 right, you can look this up. It says you must be at 160 knots at 4 miles to do it. If you're really nervous about doing 160 to 4 and not being able to slow it down, do 160 to 4 with the gear down, because the moment you press manage speed again at 4 miles, it will definitely slow down if the gear's already sat down there.
AM622 maintain 160 knots.
Anyway, we digress. Tell me how you're going to fly it into 26 knots.
I'm going to switch the engine.
And what the threats are as well.
What?
The other things we talk about are threats, identifying threats to the approach. So, like, what would be a threat from this approach?
The snow, potentially.
Yeah.
The weather, the air pressure down there. It could be pretty horrendous.
Pressure's a good one.
Yeah.
Pressure's a good one. No, if you set the standby to 999.
Yeah, I have done.
Alright, didn't do it on mine. And what does it read out at the altitude then on the standby?
Oh,
And I'm not being an arsehole here.
What? So if I put it into 999 now?
Yeah, put it into 9 at the standby. The ISIS, yeah, in the middle next to
Oh
the
yeah.
beacon. Put that one on 999.
There we go. 33.6.
And what are you on at standard?
Just under 34.
So you've got 400 feet difference.
Yeah.
So actually, when you go to 999, you're lower than you think.
Yeah.
Or obviously the other way around, you can end up being higher. So that is a threat when there's a big difference between local pressure and standard.
Yeah, true.
That is a very good threat.
Yeah, there's 14 HPA difference. The fact that Gatwick is a busy airport.
Yeah.
I mean,
great.
I don't know if that's one you'd look at, but there could be other
it is.
aircraft in and around us that we need to accommodate for. Whether we need to slow down early because we're behind somebody, or whether we've got to hurry up because someone's behind us.
So with full air traffic control, the only thing we're thinking about is TCAS.
Yeah.
It's different on VATSIM online when there's no air traffic. You are having to give yourself your own separation. So yeah, that is a threat. In real life, the last 2,000 feet to the cleared altitude, I'll come into VS and use maximum 1,500 to prevent giving someone a TCAS and ruining their day,
Yeah.
which is mine. So that is a great threat. Yeah, busy airspace. Keep a good lookout. Look on the ND, which is a good FO I should be doing. Yeah. Any more you can think of?
It's me in the captain's seat.
Yeah, goes without saying. No, I'm joking. No, you're really good handling. Your handling's really good.
Thank you.
No, the only one I can think of from this direction, and this kind of approach, is if it was quiet, getting a straight in, you'll lose loads of track mileage. So that's
Yes.
where that descent management planning has to come into play.
Yeah, because
you're constantly thinking about it. Yeah.
So last time me and Drew tested this, we flew into Munich, and obviously at Munich you can do a big old chicane approach on the way in, but we decided to cut that, lose a lot of track mileage, and that's when Drew tested me sort of managing the descent and when I was going to pull to descend instead of when the aircraft thought I was going to descend and all this. And annoyingly we had audio issues and that never saw the light of day, but I'd like to say I did it quite well at the time, and it's a case of knowing what distance you're going to have, and I'd forgotten that was the route, but I knew there was something else. I knew there was a main thing, but yeah, track mileage is oh so important. The amount of times where I watch my videos back and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take this out of the descent and the approach, and I'll lose this many miles, and then I complain when I'm really high on the ILS intercept and I'm nowhere near it. It's no wonder, because it sounds really strange to say, but it's an easy thing to overlook.
It is, and it's something that in the sim world, you've got endless miles if you need it.
Yeah.
And you have in real life as well, but you'd be expected to deal with it.
Yeah.
If air traffic, keep an eye on that. And I've checked your minima. I'm happy with auto brake medium. And don't forget, you're going to tell me when you want the flap setting moving. So you just say, flap 1. And then anything you want to delegate that you would normally move and press, you can. Below 10,000 feet, I never put my head down into the MCDU, or never say never. I get the FO to do it.
Yeah.
Just so I'm looking out. But yeah, cool, mate. No, I'm happy. Nice threat identification, and then the mitigation was great as well.
Thank you.
It's what it's all about now. This modern flying.
Yeah.
We
exactly.
never even talked about threats when I first started.
No.
In 1921.
The funny thing is, due to time differences, that's what time it still is now in Glasgow. We just got.
It is, yeah. You've seen his dress sense as well, then.
Oh, poor Scotty McTizer. We are going to be. Well, we've got top of descent 13 miles, so we need to book that in. So, what height will we be going down to? Let's check the arrival.
Well, we've no ATC on.
Timber is flight level 070 constraint.
We were just talking about Amsterdam. I was looking at the.
You were looking at the Amsterdam. Well, I'm going to
You've got one before, mate. If you scroll back, just wind it back a little bit. Come back on the approach. Keep going back until you get to Abtom. What does Abtom say?
140.
Let's start with that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to pop that in now.
Well, you're going to start down. I'll do a bit of a chat on
Yeah.
triggers. Just to recap for you, just so that I'm not telling you just before we do it. You ask for approach checklist when one, you've prepared the cabin for landing, so you'll have asked your FO pilot monitoring to prepare the cabin for landing.
Yep.
And you're cleared to an altitude, so you're on QNH. Once you've done the cabin and you've been cleared to an altitude, you ask for the approach checklist.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
It's remembering all these triggers for me. Like at this point, doing it on my own, it's always been a case of I know the major phases of the flight, and obviously the checklist is what tells me what needs to be done. It's not a checklist because what you've given me here is a checklist, standard operating procedures checklist. I need to just speak slower. The list that I have is like a procedures list instead, so it's like every single switch flick. I've gotten too used to sort of having my hand held with a procedures list instead of a checklist.
I'm trying to balance what happens in real life and flight sim, so I'm not pushing everything.
Yeah.
Just trying to give you little bits to make it a little bit more realistic.
Yeah. Well, it's just even the nuggets of information, like 5 times your ground speed as your vertical speed. Like just knowing that alone, that makes it so much easier to calculate. And I've dropped my pen.
I could hear that. It's a bloody big pen, that.
It's like it's not. It's only a small. It's quite a fancy pen. It's from Dice Roll UK because one of the first times that Charlotte ever met Harry's mum and stepdad, we played Dungeons and Dragons together, and she enjoyed herself, so I bought her some dice.
I'm just thinking if I'm getting a kickback as well, like you for mentioning it.
No, it's not. There's no sponsored content here.
No, the other thing is to remember, and anyone who flight sims is, don't forget when you first go into the right hand seat of a jet, you're doing 4 sectors a day, 5 days a week. So the repetition soon becomes natural.
Yeah,
so if you're doing a flight a week or 2 flights a week and you forgot something one day, how are you going to remember it the next day when you're on your own? It's really difficult.
Yeah, very
so don't
true.
like beat yourself up about that. That's why I log on and watch your videos and then abuse you. That's what that's for.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate it a lot.
As I say, you handle the aircraft really nicely.
Thank you. I never let you lot live it down from when we went to the simulator for the day and I did that landing at Manchester. The audible reaction still, I play it back in my head every day when I wake up just to make sure I have a good day.
Reverses. Yeah, you did alright.
That was great. I'd love to do that again at some point. Something similar to that, but that was, yeah. We ought to get Dan down and try and do something like that.
Yeah. Get him down from 1920s.
He'd still not announced any of his movements on Unicom.
He did send me a video during the darts the other day after I'd asked a question, and he said you might need subtitles. I've never responded, but I ain't got a clue what they said to me. Not a Scooby. Anyway, I'll do a little announcement on Unicom.
Yep.
On the traffic, Easy 1 Charlie Delta, descending on the Tempera 2 Golf, Gatwick 26 left.
So, how's that descent looking?
It's a descent.
The thing with coming into London is they get you down because of how busy it is.
Yeah.
So if you look at track mileage, what have we got? 100. Is it 100 on yours as well? It's on the bottom of your MCDU. So you've got 26 left.
Oh, distance. Yeah, 98 miles.
Yeah, so 98, and you're at 20 something thousand.
Currently at 19,000.
So we've got loads of miles, haven't we?
Yeah, we are.
So, and that's because of London needing you at 140.
Yeah. So I mean, if we timed it by 3 at this point, say it was 18,000, you're only talking what, 54 miles?
London's quite artificial with that because you have to get down because of how busy it is.
Yeah.
That's why those arrivals are all programmed like that.
It's just cross-referencing all of it, isn't it? It's like when you think of, like, I don't know if they call it a targeting grid or something, but when you've got, like, you know, A to E on columns and then 1 to 5 in rows, it's just a case of matching it up to where it needs to be. Similar to the flight director, how the lines match up in the middle. It's just where would you put those lines to make sure it's at the right point at the right time.
Can you put my visor down again?
Sorry?
Did you put my visor down?
No.
If you're in your landing position now.
Yeah.
If you go into your landing position, is that distracting during a landing? If I do that.
It's not moving.
That's a shame. I was trying to think of ways to try and distract you.
Put the landing visor. God, it's dark when that's down.
I was just going to put the visor up and down constantly.
So we've got to... Sorry, I'm just doing an important bit here, actually. I think before you rudely interrupted me. We've got to 14,000 now. I've told... timber is 070.
Yep.
So should we now pull for that?
Yeah. So if don't pull, just push. So it's managed 70.
Yeah. I think this is going all right so far, despite the little lack of synchronization on your controls part. I don't know.
Yeah,
we didn't have any of that in the test. It was really, really solid last time. But I've noted down, especially on my my clipboard here, that one of the worst things that we've had in this flight is that the sun visor has a discontinuity.
Yeah. How are you looking for mileage high? All that kind of stuff.
Oh, I don't know. I'm writing down stuff on a clipboard that doesn't matter.
Insert aubergine emoji.
Yes, we have 66 miles to the runway. We are currently descending at just under 1,000 feet a minute. Sorry, I'll say that right. We are descending at 900 feet a minute. 11,000 feet currently. Got a long old way to run. So, yeah, we only need 30 miles now to get it down. Runway's, 64 away.
So traffic easy-1 Charlie Delta routing direct Mayfield. 26 left Gatwick.
Okay, go direct Mayfield, mate.
Direct. Okay. So we click direct. And then, oh, it's not on there. Oh, there it is, May. Oh, there's two of them on my screen. Cool. That's in. Is it turning for you?
You've put lark.
I haven't. I think that's a discontinuity at our end. That's what I had with Jack previously when we've done this before. Is it seems to be like one waypoint down, or a different soft key, for example.
You get what I'm trying to do, though, here.
Yeah. You're trying to remove a load of track mileage for me.
And if anyone wants to put in the chat if we should introduce failures next time that I can do sneakily, then I'm happy to take any.
Yeah, it's 25 quid every time, but 25 quid a failure.
I am a Yorkshireman. One more thing then to think about that is how many track miles have we got to go?
We now have 51.
And how many minutes does that make it now?
126, so 13 minutes.
So what else are you thinking about?
Thinking about getting Puppy slowed down, thinking about descending quicker.
What's over your right shoulder?
You.
And about 6 foot behind you. This is the point to probably do the cabin.
I mean, the cockpit door was open, but...
Oh, I did that before.
Is he just disconnected or what? Is that just... Are you there? I think Drew's headset's just disconnected or something. So, we need to get lower, because we're after 070 at the minute. We need to be at 4,000 by May. So 040, it's actually going to keep us on the same path, which is good. It knew there was a constraint already, so the aircraft will try and get us down to that level. We're under 10,000 feet now, so we need to put landing lights on. Give them a ding-dong. Seatbelt signs on? Yeah, we never turned them off. Our passengers are not allowed to walk around. Oh, he has disconnected. Oh no. That is nicked gut. Ah! Oh god, there was a massive twitch in my neck there. My whole body went. So what Drew's done now is make this...
The cabin?
Yeah. He's made this more difficult. Have I disconnected? No. I'm still connected to Discord and everything. We'll see what this does then when Drew reconnects. We've got a long old way. We've still got 20 miles to May, so we're still descending. Here he is.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
I'm back. Oh, I was swearing a lot then. Right, I'm connected. Where are we?
We are on our way
do
to
the cabin then.
Yeah, 17 miles to May, 8,100 feet at present. We're doing 250 knots. Landing lights are on. Yeah, I just ding-donged the cabin. Just
cool, mate.
Just to make sure.
I'm going to tower frequency.
Okay, cool.
The one at Mayfield, is he going in? 5-7. Yeah. So you're probably going to have to sequence that. I was going to go direct to May 9, but that's probably not going to work.
Let's bring this up on Volanta so we can see what he's on about.
So hold on, one thing that you've done is you've set 4, which is the altitude, haven't you?
Yes.
So if you set an altitude, ask me to set QNH. And you should do it as well.
Ah, okay.
Set QNH.
At my end, yours is showing 1005.
QNH is cross-checked. 7,900 feet. You're coming back to 250-ish, you going to manage that?
Yeah, I was going to go 220.
Yeah, I think that's sensible at this kind of...
And we're going to pull for that, yeah?
15 miles, didn't we? Yeah. So open descent you want, I would say.
Yep. To 4.
220 knots to 4, yeah.
Okay, throttle is idle, open descent. Alt is blue, 4,000 is blue.
All stations, Gatwick Tower is going to be temporarily closing for about 5 to 10 minutes. You can either continue on Unicom or wait for me to return in about 5-10 minutes. So once again, I will be closing for 5-10 minutes and I will be back. If you wish to continue on Unicom, please fire away.
You selfish...
Unfortunately, life has things that I need to do. I'll be back.
Did you hear me?
No, while you said that, I transmitted. Boo.
Did you actually transmit it?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so the aircraft is now starting to descend. It's done that thing you mentioned before where it's traded speed for altitude, so it's leveled out a little bit to slow down, and now it's descending. Now it's got to that speed. That's
Sorry, you said, can we have...
Flap 1, please.
So, what speed are you doing? Because on mine you're doing 248.
220.
Are you definitely at 220?
Yeah.
Okay, so speed has been checked.
See, the flap moved for me. That's
Flap
good.
1. Oh, I'm going to get the warnings all the time now.
I wonder why it's different this time. Cool view, though.
So, we're on a Q&H. We've done the cabin. What would you ask me for?
Gatwick traffic, easyJet 421, ILS 26 left, 61 final, good, that's it.
Not for a foreign child to shout down my ear hole.
Right, Gunter.
At this point, Drusif, I can't remember what you'd asked me for.
Approach checklist.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the approach checklist, shall we? It might be quite useful.
Fire ref.
It is Q&H 9er on both, apparently.
And that's confirmed. Seatbelts?
On.
Minimum.
The 396 Barrow.
Auto brake?
Medium.
Engine mode selector?
It's set to normal.
And the EFB?
The EFB is on the METAR at the moment. It's required. It's there.
Yes. Stowed and connected. We have it connected to power basically, and it's stowed in its cradle is what it's at.
I'm going to write
Just going through a little bit of precipitation there, a bit of cloud. Below 10.
Do we want
engine
ice? Yeah, I was going to say, do we want icing?
There you go, engine anti-ice on.
That crossed my mind earlier on, but I and then I got distracted.
That's why there's 2 of us, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, are you still descending?
No.
2,000 feet, let's think about this rather than writing crap down.
Yeah, I've pulled for 2,000. Throttle is idle, open descent, altitude is blue. 2,000 is also blue. The aircraft ahead of us is turned way ahead of us, so we're all golden.
If you fly this, you'll be fine as long as we get down, which you can see the glide slope's just about to come in now, so as long as that speed starts trading off now. So once you get on the glide slope, pull VS 800 feet and manage the speed. Have you activated the approach phase?
I believe it automatically does in this. No, I haven't.
It's only when it gets to a certain point. So activate it.
Yep.
Pull VS 800. Manage the speed.
Minus 800, yeah. Oh, we don't want to be going up, do we?
Manage the speed.
So we want 180?
Just push managed.
Oh, okay, sorry, managed. Yeah, I thought you meant me manage the speed. Apologies. So the aircraft has got 140 in.
See where it would drive to. It won't go to 140 yet.
Yeah.
And if you look on the ND where the descent arrow is going to finish, it's going to pick up perfectly with the glide slope.
Ah, yeah, cool.
Let's arm the approach now.
Yep, approach. It's armed. Cat 3 single.
Easy 1, Charlie Delta, 10 mile final, 26 left.
Glide
So
slope
press
and
the
localizer.
other autopilot and get your Cat 3 dual.
Yep, Cat 3 dual.
And then you've got everything.
Beautiful.
And look, it's only going to go to S speed until you take the flap. So
okay. Can we have flaps 2, please?
Speed's checked. Or not. Flap 2. And then now you can pull 180 to 6. And then when you get to 6, you can push it and then just take gear 3 and 4, yeah?
2,500.
Looking good.
I'm excited. Is my stick still connected? Let me just... Yes, it is. I just thought I'd move the rudder pedals a tiny bit. I've done that before to check if it was still connected, and I was at like 34,000 feet and I just rolled left. So we've got auto brake max, a
Medium.
speed... Yeah, sorry, a speed brake's armed? No, not yet.
No, because that... So I'll talk to you when that happens.
Okay.
So all you're going to do is do it now at 6.5. Push manage speed.
Yep. Gear down.
Speed checked. Gear down. So I put the gear down. I put the speed brake up, arm it, and then I would put all the lights on.
The gear
That's
is not
the
coming
trigger.
down for me. Now it is.
You do that. Yeah. Okay.
I've had a contact me on V-Pilot, I think.
For what? Tower?
Yeah.
Tower Easy 1 Charlie Delta with you, 5 miles, 26 left.
Easy 1 Charlie Delta, runway 26 left, clear to land, wind 270 degrees, 12 knots.
Land 26 left, Easy 1 Charlie Delta, thanks.
Can we have flaps 3, please?
So, speed check.
And then flaps full, please.
Right, flap full, and then when I do it, you ask for...
I asked what, sorry?
Which checklist you asking for?
Approach checklist. No, landing
done that
checklist.
Yep, cabin,
Yep, secured for landing.
go and altitude.
2,000 feet set at present. Is it 3?
3.
3 here. Set.
And ECAM memo.
No blue.
Landing check's complete. You are cleared to land. You've gone through 1,000 feet.
Okay.
So the trigger for setting the going altitude is when you go glide slope start, then you instantly set it. So that
100 above.
let's try and stop that.
Autopilot is out. Aircraft is mine.
Minimum
Continue. Just had minimums call.
500.
Yeah, so we're not synced at all now.
No.
Okay. 500 feet, you are stable anyway.
Not mentally.
Easy 8027 ready for taxi.
Easy 8027 Gatwick Tower, hello again. Taxi Holly Point Mike 1, runway 26 left, Juliet, Mike.
Holly Point Mike 1 via Juliet Mike. Easy 802. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Ooh.
Okay, ground spoilers. No reverse yet. I can see. Full
No.
reverses. Decel.
Easy 3 Golf Charlie, Gatwick Tower.
You select them all the time. Always select them.
Yeah.
Reverse green, and we've got decel. Yeah, back to idle, reverse, and then probably knock it out.
Manual braking.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to power forward here. Just missed that one on the right.
Yeah.
Easy 3 Golf Charlie, read back, correct.
I thought we were just going to get it based on the auto brakes alone.
Gatwick Tower, we missed you. Monarch 7
Yeah, so you always select reverses because if those brakes failed,
Yeah.
it's just one of those. You always select idle reverse.
Bravo, you're
Clear to the right.
departure.
Looks like going to be Fox Romeo, is it? This one.
I believe so. Gutted that we've gone this far down.
That's fine.
Day off payment.
And then as you come clear, you come back to idle,
Yep, I am on idle.
and the trigger for me to clean the aircraft up is you disarm the spoilers.
Okay. So we're going to taxi straight in, no holding?
Thank you, Gatwick Tower, good afternoon.
Yeah,
You're
just
cleared
turn
to
right
Challenger.
and you'll
Frame one
tell
right
us in a
departure,
second.
squawk
Okay, spoilers disarmed.
5651.
Right, so as you disarm them, I bring the flaps up.
Yep,
You would do the lights, or you can tell me to, but I'm just going to do it on your behalf.
thank you.
And then just
54,
bring it to a
Juliet,
stop, like just
Romeo,
bring it to an idle
Lima,
here.
Quebec
Just
Alpha.
trundle
Yeah.
down here very slow, and I'll get a word in when I can. We take pack 2 off.
Pack 2 off, yeah? You've got that.
I've done it, yeah. Yeah, it's the trigger. I'm just trying to talk through what I'm doing, and then the APU. You would start close to the stand, but I always forget, so it gets done early for me.
Okay.
Do take care opening the overhead lockers as
8027
items
via
may
Mike
have
1 line up,
moved
runway
during
26 left.
flight. Smoking
Line up,
is
runway
not
26
permitted
left.
until you
Easy
reach a
830.
designated
Easy 1 Charlie Delta, thank you. Taxi to stand 560 via 08 left, Romeo, Lima, Quebec Alpha.
Romeo Lima, Quebec Alpha, 506 confirm. Easy 1 Charlie Delta.
560.
All the words wrong order. 560. Easy 1 Charlie Delta.
No worries.
So what's that, Romeo?
So 8 left, Romeo, Lima, and Quebec Alpha. It was left on Romeo, past the fire station, all the way up, and do the 90-degree right onto Lima, and then second left Quebec Alpha.
Okay.
Easy 8027, the surface wind 270 degrees 11 knots, runway 26 left, no take off.
Yeah, it was definitely a Morecambe and Wise thing.
Take
That
off.
wasn't
Easy 8027.
all the right notes.
Gatwick Tower now, we got November 316 from Delta at the maintenance area 1. Cessna 172 for VFR traffic circuit, request taxi.
November 316, November Delta, Gatwick Tower, good afternoon. Can you please file a flight plan just for Gatwick so I can get something on it for you?
Why is there a Yank flying a Cessna here? We're going left here, yeah?
You need to... No, straight.
Oh, I thought it was... Oh, that's Juliet, that's Juliet, sorry.
So basically, you see at 11 o'clock, that's the fire station at the end.
Ah, yeah.
You're going left up the side of that,
Okay.
which is the next taxiway to the left off of here is Romeo.
Okay, I didn't realise we'd be going this far down 8 left, that was all.
Oh, I know what else I've not done that I'm supposed to do. Turn the windshield off.
Shoddy.
The radar off. Yeah, but I'm checking, I'm going back through and
Oh, I love it. God, look at all the easyJet, there's loads of people here. God, there's like 5 easyJet over there. Oh no, never mind, it's not now.
Next left, Chazal sticks.
Yep, 90 left, not that little cut through. It's like rally pace notes, isn't it? 90 left, don't cut.
Don't cut.
Right in front of the tower, shall we beep the horn?
All stations, a notice to anybody that has filed for PDC, please refile. The system's restarted and deleted it all. So please refile any PDC.
Everyone stick your arm out of the window.
4359, thank you.
Gatwick, good day, Speedbird 701 stands 12 A320 Neo with intermission Foxtrot.
Just going right to the end here, then turn right.
Oh, that says Romeo to the right there.
That's the link, that's Romeo Alpha.
Seabird 701
basically,
Alpha.
They've incorrectly labelled this.
You happy to shut one engine down?
Yeah, you can crack on if you want, or I'll do it.
Number 2, so number 2 comes now. It's a PM thing because you'll just keep your head up looking. And
number 2 is off.
So the engine master comes off, and then I put the hydraulic pump on the overhead. So second left, mate. And I would check on the hydraulic page there. Look, the elect pump is pumping.
We didn't go back over the thing.
No, next time.
We'll tell everybody. Yeah, you'll have to. Me and Drew will fly again. You'll have to wait. We could just tell you now, but we're a pair of
560, mate, on your right, obviously, because it'd be crap on the left. What you need to do, mate, before you pull onto 560 is just turn the taxi light off.
Yeah, so we don't blind that poor operative. I also need to operate GSX.
701 Gatwick Tower radio check.
Oh wow.
Readability 5.
So I would say all clear to the right.
I'm trying to find the gate.
Cleared as far the bulk on 1
we're turning too early.
727,
Yeah.
Shoddy. I was trying to do it while trying to select the gate on GSX as well.
Flight simmers, I'm amazed how much you...
Oh, it's like white and yellow line, not the yellow one.
Requesting I-4 clearance to Alicante as far, please.
Why the f*** is he playing from a public place?
Good afternoon, standby 1. Speedbird 701, your readback was correct.
Cabin crew, thank you very much. Please disarm doors for arrival. You can tell I never have to do that. FO thing.
Put the SIGs away.
Griffin 1 Romeo
I'll
Delta,
put the acute bleed on, which is part of my thing.
To Alicante.
So you bring it to a stop whenever you have to. Put the parking brake on.
Parking brake is on.
So before you do anything else, you turn the elect pump on the hydraulic panel off, because I've put it on for a single engine arrival.
Where's that, sorry?
Up on the, below the number 2 fire push button.
Yeah, the electric pump off.
Yeah, you would turn that off to push it.
Yep.
You check that we've got an APU, which I've done it,
yep.
I'm good. And then you shut down engine number 1.
Okay. Engine 1 coming off. Why is the music playing? Why can I hear Gangnam Style? I don't know if you'll hear that on the video, but I could just hear Gangnam Style.
So turn your seatbelt signs off.
Yeah.
And then when it gets below 10% M1, beacon goes off.
Beacon off.
And then ask for the parking checklist.
Parking checklist, please, Drew.
Radar and predictive wind shear.
Predicted wind shear is still on at my end, so I've turned it off. Radar to auto.
No, it should be off.
Standby.
It's the bottom bit, it's the system.
Oh, that's the one that it's on about. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Parking brake.
Set.
On engines.
Oh, right, sorry, yeah. It's on, not set. Engines are off.
External lights.
So
you're just checking that, all you're checking is that the landing lights, the taxi light, and the beacons
Yeah,
on.
so like strobe and nav and logo and all that don't really matter at that
That
point.
stays now. Yeah, it's just beacon, and because the beacon, no one can come near you if it's on.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Taxi light, not landing. So
They
that's
are off, yes.
Ooh, one thing I did forget. But I'll do it quickly before I ask it. Fuel pumps.
Off, and we definitely didn't see you turn them off.
Good. Yellow leg pump.
Yep, off.
And PEDs.
They are now coming off flight mode because I need to tell my family that I've safely landed.
Yep. Parking checklist complete, Chazzel. Well done.
Fantasticals.
Nice. Well done.
Thank you, mate. We've got no jetway because it's 9 miles away, so we've got the stairs. We're going to get deboarding. And that's us here at Gatwick, everybody. Thank you so much, Drew. I've thoroughly enjoyed that. Is there any instant feedback you'd like to give, other than the fact I'm a massive cretin?
You are very, very welcome. It was enjoyable. It's a shame there's still a few glitches that we'll try and work out. No, you're flying it really nice, and hopefully just a few pointers now and again. Just triggers, isn't it? I think triggers what happens next.
Definitely. Yeah.
What triggers that? And it's only because it's trying to be real world, but in the virtual world, you're more than okay.
Thank you very much. Well, like you say,
Fly my virtual kids any day.
It's just a case of I know at certain points of the flight what needs doing, and you know what happens at what phase, but it's triggering it to be a memory rather than just a procedures list, I suppose.
Yeah, get ahead of the aircraft and think what next all the time. What is the next thing? And try and the more you're ahead of it, the more it'll be. It will be a much smoother flight if you're ahead of the aircraft.
Yeah, definitely.
So track mileage change. Okay, that means descent's got to change a little bit. Oh, that means I need to do the cabin if you're simulating that real world. Keeping focus so that we don't level at 4,000 feet. Stuff like that, you know, just at the critical point. Yeah, because
thoroughly enjoyed that, Drew. Thank you so much for your time today, and I hope you've all enjoyed watching this as well. Yeah, any final words for the viewers as well, Drew, before we go?
No, just let us know in the comments if it's enjoyable or it's better just to leave Chaz on his own and I watch from a distance.
It's definitely not, mate. Well, thank you very much, Drew. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and we'll hopefully see you very, very soon in the next episode.
Bye.